Hi everybody, I'm not Dave, and this is Clever or Never.
This is my son James, and we have 6 gadgets to test for you today. They all belong in the kitchen. This gadget I have high hopes for. It calls itself a gravy or fat separator. If you roast a chicken or any sort of meat, you end up with a lot of fat, but you also end up with some really flavorful stock that you can use to make a really nice soup or in all sorts of recipes. So usually what I do is I put this in the fridge overnight and wait for the fat to set firm and scrape it off the top. But if you wanted to use it the same day, would this gadget help you out?
It looks like it would.
It might not all fit, but let's give it a go. Bit more.
Alright, well, immediate first problem is that as you're pouring it in, you know, the oil's coming off the top first. That oil is ending up in the spout as it fills up.
Let's tip a little bit of oil off. All right, now we've got rid of the oil from the spout. Let's see, can you tip just stock, no fat, into this?
All right, let's give it a go.
Wow. It's working perfectly.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And you've got to judge this carefully. If you keep going too much, you'll tip all the fat in.
There we go.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's worked pretty well. So you just got to tip the first little bit off the top and then it's...
And then it's perfect. Fat and liquid. And it's easy to wash in the dishwasher. It's not complicated and it just works. That's what a gadget should do. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I can't fault it. 9 out of 10. Molinet et fine herbes.
Or the rotary herb mill in English. We picked this up in France, so let's check out how it works.
It's sort of all getting stuck in the blade.
Not much is coming out.
Okay,
maybe it doesn't work well with chives.
Wrong type of herbs.
Right, well, I'm going to go with the knife and this one, and let's try with coriander. And go. I don't really want all the stems.
It's getting better sized pieces now, but it's not flowing through. I definitely have to try and push it.
I don't think that's a great device so far.
No, but it looks functional.
So maybe we're using it wrong. Maybe you're supposed to put this in and make it finer. Let's see. But it's just clogged.
Yeah.
You need to get the chives out. Parsley, chives. It says it does chives. Chops your fresh aromatic herbs with just a few strokes of the hand. Attempt 3. I'm not loving this gadget.
It doesn't seem all that useful to me.
It's more mashing it. If you want that rather than this, then I guess.
Surely you could also just chop it up and then hit it. And that would get the same thing.
Or chop it more finely. Okay, what's your score out of 10 for this one?
3, because I can imagine that maybe there is a use case that it would be good for. It's functional, it turns, it just doesn't do these herbs.
I'm going to give it 1. This next gadget says that it's for making sandwiches. I bought it for a different reason, but we should at least test it out for making sandwiches first.
Why would you want a sandwich that looks like that?
I think this is aimed at little kids who don't want to eat their crusts.
Probably. Let's give it a good squeeze.
Oh, it looks pretty. That's better than I thought it was going to be, actually.
Yeah, that's cute.
Oh, imagine all pizza fillings. Bacon in the oven. Pizza pockets made with bread.
Pretty good.
Sounds good. But when I saw the picture, I thought what this would be awesome for would be for making little apple pies. So I've got some pineapple there and some puff pastry.
Your one looks like Finn from Adventure Time. The ears and the face.
It's got cute factor. Now this pineapple we get in Australia, this one has no sugar. It's just straight apple. So I really like it like that. If you want it sweeter, you're going to have to add some sugar. But I do like adding cinnamon. Now I'm going to push down and see if it works. Okay, let me open it. Look at that.
That has definitely worked. That looks great.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so good. I think these are great. I don't think I'd use it for a sandwich, even though that is cute. But I definitely think I'd use it for this. I'm going to bake these up and we'll taste them at the end. But so far, what's your rating out of 10 for this one?
I think 10. I think that's worked perfectly.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it'd be pretty hard to be better than that. This next one I saw, and I thought this actually looked pretty useful in addition to being very cool. So basically, they are like origami measuring spoons where you've got all your different measurements depending on how you fold it.
Oh, that's cool. So I've got the teaspoon 1/2 and then 1/4. Oh, that's pretty cute. Let's start with ginger.
All right.
Let's go, what do you reckon, 1/2 teaspoon?
Yeah.
I'm going traditional. You go that one. 1/2 teaspoon of ginger in the bowl. Your 10? Oh, it does fit.
It does fit, only just. I thought we were going to have an immediate issue.
I thought it wasn't going to fit. Yeah, it fits in the bowl. A teaspoon of butter. Right, I've got my teaspoon.
All right.
Get your teaspoon.
Oh, we've run into an issue where it might be too soft to get some hard butter.
What if you hold it closer to the origami join? Now, for me to get it out, I've got to use my finger to get it out of the teaspoon because it's kind of stuck in there.
Okay, we sort of got it. It's a little hard with how soft it is. But as well, getting it out, this is one of the reasons why I thought it was cool, is you can pop it open, just wipe it on the side.
Right, so mine was easier to fill, but yours was easier to empty.
Yeah.
Let's try something trickier. Let's try 1/2 teaspoon of honey.
These would need 1/2 teaspoon of honey.
I think that yours might be good for this sort of thing because I've got to get it all over my finger to get it out.
And then you can pop it open and wipe it. Right, like that. The little joins in the center there, whenever you bend them, they look like they're under some stress. I wouldn't be surprised if you start getting some holes along those edges after a while.
They do seem very thin.
Yeah.
So overall, what would you give it then?
I think maybe a 5. Like you could get away with using that as your measuring spoons, but it's probably not as easy.
It's probably easy for some things, but not everything.
Yeah.
I think 5 out of 10 is a fair score for that one.
Yeah.
I like the ingenuity of it. I like the different thinking. I like the creativity.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. The next gadget is called a clever cutter. It says it is a knife and a cutting board all in one. And one of my subscribers sent me the link to this because they wanted to know if I could test it out. So it says that it can cut vegetables, fruit, chicken, cheese, bread, steak, sausages. So I've got a couple of veggies for you to try first.
I'm pretty sure this is scissors.
But no, it doesn't have the second blade.
Let's chop a carrot. You can chop a carrot.
This could be useful for someone who has a disability, but the difficulty is if you can't grip a knife to chop, I don't know if you can grip and squeeze that. Try the end of the capsicum.
Works pretty well.
Pretty impressive. Now, the reason it was sent to me was not the general claims, but this one.
Ah, okay.
It has a picture saying that it can cut through an avocado, including the pit in the middle.
I don't think it's that sharp.
Give it a go.
All right, let's see. Wouldn't this be amazing if it worked?
I will be impressed if it works.
The knife is bending sideways. Around. Okay, I gotta stop so we don't break it. But I think I would have put it dead in the... There you go.
It did what a knife normally does, which is just it sticks into the middle. All right, I want you to try again, full force with this one. See if you can cut through it. All right, here we go. Squeeze as hard as you can. Oh, 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 oh,
Oh.
oh. Look, the blade has bent sideways. The blade went all the way over to the edge, which now means it's no longer centered. Did you cut it through?
I think we might have.
Oh, we did. But I don't think it's made for that.
No.
It struggled and mashed the avocado, but technically it took a slice off an avocado.
There you go.
The other thing is this is not that. Look at the blade difference. One has a very straight square with a circle in it. This does not. So I wonder if the picture on Amazon is of a different product and they've just put it in there and this is a copycat version. So what rating are you giving it out of 10?
I'm going to give it like a 4. Like, it's functional, but I'd always just go for a knife.
This gadget is actually an attachment. It's for the KitchenAid stand mixer, but it's not KitchenAid branded. It's called a snack coater. So to make it work, you have to take this piece out, which is what you do for most attachments on this mixer.
Ooh.
Pop this piece here in, make sure it locks into spot, and screw that back in. Then it lifts up, but they don't want it on that angle, they want it halfway in between. So they've made this little black bit that sits there, and then this goes there so that it's on that angle.
Well, I don't know whether it's going to work, but I think that thing is clever. That's good design.
A clever idea. And then this bit goes in and give it a good push. There, like that. That's your attachment.
I think I've realized how this is going to work now. This is pretty cool.
What do you think's going to happen?
Well, I'm imagining that it's going to roll all these nuts that we've got over here around in the bowl and coat it with chocolate.
With chocolate, that's the idea. All right, so now you want to add just a drizzle of chocolate because, as I said, too much, it'll make all the nuts stick to the outside of the bowl. Yep. So a drizzle of chocolate in there. This is tempered chocolate. Try not to put it all in the one spot, so try and move it around. There we go. Now we've got the tumble happening. Now the key is not to put in any more chocolate until that chocolate is set.
Okay.
Because otherwise you'll end up with one big clump. I'll turn it off because it's noisy, but that's essentially how it works. I actually made a homemade version of this. I don't know if you remember. Like 7 years ago, I made just a homemade version using a bowl and sticking it on the top of the mixer. And I actually think that worked just as well as this one does. But coating snacks in chocolate takes a really long time. Like they've got hardly anything on them at all. And you can only add that little drizzle, wait for that to set, then add a little drizzle more. So it's a really long process to get the whole thing fully coated. These are some that I did yesterday. And as you can see, they're not shiny like the chocolate coated things you get at the shops.
No, not at all.
How do you think they get theirs shiny?
Do they like tumble them with oil or something?
Well, not oil, but yeah, they add shellac or different additives at the end once they're fully coated to give it that full shiny look to it. So a little bit of extra additives. So tumbling at home without those additives, you're not going to get the really, really shiny look. But they're still cool. They're still coated. And it does work. But if you're expecting just to throw nuts in and throw heaps of chocolate in, that won't work. That will just give you a solid block, which is a pretty nice way to have nuts and chocolate.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be better off just dumping the nuts into the chocolate and stirring it a bit and then eating that.
But if you do want to make chocolate coated, you're going to need something that's going to take it around and around like this. So I think because it is so slow and so niched and it doesn't do a large volume, I'm probably going to give it a 5 out of 10. The commercial ones are slow, but you can do a big volume all at once. So at the end of that, you've got a lot to sell. This, I think the time to do a small batch is probably not worthwhile. So 5 out of 10 for me.
I don't really like nuts, so I'm going to knock it down to a 4.
Okay.
And they're done.
I think they look great.
Yeah, they do. I mean, this one appears to be a bit of a warding against gluttony. It's exploded everywhere when we overfilled it. But the rest of them, they look really solid. They're closed all the way around and they look really cute as well.
I think if I had put a steam vent, like a little hole in the top, which you often do with pies to let the steam escape, that might have been all right. But they all look great. They're going to be way too hot for us to eat them straight out of the oven, but I'm maintaining my rating. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Yep, I agree.
With thanks to James for joining us on this episode, and thanks to you guys for watching, and a big thank you to all my patrons. Really appreciate you. Make it a great week by being kind to others, and I'll see you on Friday.
Bye.